Alright guys, I'm actually pretty angry because I just recorded about a 15-20 minute recording just to find out my mic wasn't on. So now we have to do it all over again. So guys, basically earlier, about 2-3 weeks ago, I can't remember exactly, I made a YouTube short called My Honest Opinion on the Southern Rails. It wasn't my honest opinion on the Southern Rails. It was a joke. I was with mates, and I've had like I don't even remember how many, but I've had quite a few people come up to me since then and be like, Ollie, I don't think the Southern Rail is that bad actually. I was joking. I thought the fact I was laughing, constantly smiling throughout the whole thing, I thought that like indicated I was joking, but apparently not. So we're gonna try again, but this time it's 10 reasons that I honestly don't like the Southern Rail. 10 reasons. I know. Exactly 10. That's quite a few, I'd say. So we're going to start this off strong. All right, we're going to start this off with a big complaint. The Southern Rail, well, it's not a Southern Rail train unless it's late. Every train, especially in the evenings, every train is anywhere between 2 to 25 minutes late, and it's unacceptable because when I want to get home or when I need to be somewhere, I don't want to have to worry about the train being late. I don't understand why every train has to be late. Like the odd few every now and then, yeah, sure. But actually, actually, I think it's unacceptable. Right. Anyway, so that was the first reason. Second reason, first class is so stupid. All right. First class doesn't need to exist. The only reason it exists is to make them more money, which is fair enough, but you don't get any perks from first class. Let's list what you get. So, on first class, one thing you get is a cloth on the back of your chair that says first class to make you feel like you're important. That's great. Okay, that's great. Love to see it. Number two, your seat is less likely to be taken because there's not going to be some guy who hasn't got first class and is just sitting in first class. Your seat's less likely to be taken. I mean, if you really want to sit, maybe if you're doing long distance or something, it'd be nice to get a seat. But generally, first class, not every, or not first class, sorry, standard class, not every single seat is taken. But I don't know, maybe some people just don't like sitting next to strangers. Um, Third benefit, sometimes, depending on the train, you get a divider between you and standard class so that you can feel like you're above other people. It's not that, it's for soundproofing, but it's weird because most of the older train, not even that old, just not the new ones, don't even have that. So it's just you get the cloth on the back of your chair, like it's stupid. It's like 30, I think the maths, if I did it right, was about 30% increase, which is ridiculous. 30% more money you're paying so that you can travel with a slightly more comfortable chair, I suppose. Third thing that's dumb, weird carriage numbers. So, what I mean by that is what I've noticed is at busier times, such as 8:30, or rush hour-ish, maybe like half 4, 5. The trains then, those are the ones that are the short carriages. They're the ones that only have like 4 carriages, 4, 6 carriages if you're lucky. Which is interesting because the less busy trains, 11 o'clock, later, earlier, slightly earlier than 4, like maybe like 2. Those kind of trains, they're the one that are 12 carriages. That's fascinating to me. Why would the less busy trains be the one with more carriages? 8 to 12 carriages when it's less busy, only 4 to 6 if you're lucky when it's busy. I actually asked a train instructor this, but I asked him so long ago I can't remember now. So that's unfortunate. If you know, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Educate me and a couple other people. Okay, so my fourth problem, you might have seen me playing with it a bit. It's this thing. You can't really see it. Apologies. But it's a key smart card. Basically, you go up to a ticket gate, you pay for it online, you go up to a ticket gate, bzzzt, lets you in. I bought a weekly, um, well, a week ago, and for the first 2 days, it just didn't load onto here. For some reason, it just didn't load onto it. And then one day, tapped it on the thing just to check. Oh, it works. Okay. I guess it just works now. Tried it every day, and third time's a charm. Sure. Why didn't it work the first 2 days? Especially when I paid for a weekly. That's 2 days of value I missed. Anyway, so number five. Oh, sorry. Before we continue, one good thing. This was free. If you sign up, you get one of these for free. Not the actual travel, just the card itself, which is nice. I think Southern giving away something for free is a first, except maybe like a photo card. So that's pleasant. Anyway, number five. This is a personal anecdote of mine, all right? A personal little story. So I was heading home, and for some reason, halfway there, the train driver said, "Hello, passengers," or something, something along those lines. And he went, "We're not going to be stopping at this and this station, but we're going to continue to the end of the route where you have to get off, switch trains, and then come back the way you came." Why? Why did they do that? I think he said something about like the driver had a problem. Like what did he fall asleep? Did he have a seizure or something? I'm not sure, but it seems unacceptable in my opinion that the train was delayed. Or not delayed, sorry, that the train just went straight past my station and had to be delayed by like half an hour. It wasn't half an hour, it was like 45 minutes if you count the time I had to wait for the next train. 45 minutes I had to wait. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely bonkers. I don't even know what happened there, but only Southern Rail would do that. Only Southern Rail would wait for you to get on the train before going, "We can't stop at your station. Sorry, guys." All right, here we go. Let's move swiftly on to number six. The train fails at the simplest of weathers. A little bit of snow, maybe a bit of hail. Earlier this year, heat wave. The whole thing just goes to shit. It goes to shit. And what's crazy about that is well, yeah, it's so dumb. There was a heat wave earlier this year. Okay, so it was hot. It wasn't that bad in my opinion, but I was wearing a light t-shirt and shorts, so maybe it was worse if you had to wear a full uniform. But both the platforms that went my way, all the platforms actually, not even just the ones that went my way, all the platforms were going that way towards no, uh, yeah, no, yeah, that way towards Victoria Station, London Victoria Station, and all the trains that went my way, um, because I had work, so I needed to be there. But all the trains that went my way, they just were going to London Victoria. I I mean maybe it's busier or something, but there's more stations that way than that way. I'm confusing myself now. There's more stations going the other way, so it just seems weird they were going to London Victoria to me. I had to miss work that day. That was quite annoying. And while we're on the subject of trains being rubbish, the constant train strikes, ask anyone in Britain, the constant train strikes are maddening. They're maddening because for me, if I'm wrong, leave it in the comments as I said, but for me, sitting on your arse all day and just driving back and forth, it's boring. I'll give you that, it's boring. But it's easy, okay, and you're getting paid like fairly well, definitely above minimum wage. So then I don't get why the constant train strikes are necessary. I don't get it. And there's always that one guy who's got a sign upside his house, outside his house, being like, "Support the train strikes." No one cares. I want to get places. I've got a life. I'm not the only person who has a life. Everyone who needs to use the trains probably does not support the train strikes unless they've got like maybe a mate or something who works in trains or they know something I don't. But nine out of 10 people don't support train strikes. because it just gets in the way. It's like in Brighton, I think about a year or so ago, the rubbish men went on strike, and I didn't know that. So when I went to visit Brighton, I was wondering why there was rubbish all over the place. And it's stuff like that. It's a necessary service, just like trains is a necessary service for people. If they don't have a car, or it's not within like cycling distance. So the fact that there's so many train strikes, it's just appalling, quite frankly. Um, the only thing that um, the only good thing that happened with the train strikes is when the Queen died, they like stopped for the weekend, which was very kind of them. Um, anyway, number 8. We're on number 8 now. The refreshment trolley that they use for long journeys. I swear, when I was younger, like pre-yummy gooey chocolate brownies, when I was younger, um, I remember I took the train with my mum like a fair bit, and they'd always have a refreshment trolley, and it's just not there anymore. It's just not there anymore, and I don't know why. Like, I'm sure there's like some roadman or something that ruins it, but like, if they offered me £5 for an M&M packet, just like one of the small ones, not even one of the big ones, £5, I'd buy it. I couldn't resist M&Ms, but it's they're missing out, I suppose. All right, number 9. This is probably the most annoying one for me because I've done it so many times. For some reason, you're allowed to buy off-peak train tickets during peak times. Peak times are basically when the train's busy, you're required to have like peak time tickets, right? So you can't, it's just so less people get on the trains. If it costs more, then some people are going to go, oh, I'll just drive or whatever. So it's really annoying that not the actual peak times thing. Like it's weird, but I guess it makes sense. I don't think it changes much, except they make more money. But it's weird that you are able to buy return tickets that are off peak during peak times. As I said, single tickets, if it's peak times, then you can only buy tickets. But return, you can buy off peak. Go to the ticket. This isn't really a problem for me now because I have this thing, but you can go to the paper ticket machine, get off peak tickets, go to the ticket gate, try and put it in, and then it doesn't work. So then instead of going to the ticket station to get it upgraded, because I think that's really, really, really fucking makes me look like an idiot, I just go and buy peak time tickets, and it just feels like a waste of money, and it's so annoying, and I don't understand why that's a thing. All right, so I was just finishing editing the video, and I had a really shit tent freeze, and it was just, oh, I couldn't think of a tent freezing. That's annoying, Southern Rail. But I've actually thought of one while I was editing, and it's when the trains are down, sometimes they'll have a rail replacement bus. So if you need to go somewhere, you should take that bus instead. I really fucking hate rail replacement buses because they're confused. I don't Okay, well, it's probably just because they're not. I don't take them often because usually the trains work, but they're confusing, right? They take longer, so much longer, and that's like it's not a typical bus where it stops at bus stops. It's just driving from point A to point B, but it takes so much longer, right? There's never any space because obviously a bus can hold way less than a four-carriage train, and that's a small train, a four-carriage train. So yeah, that's my final reason. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Bye bye.